Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the show today, we join the 2,000 Taiwan Tzu Chi volunteers as they are promoting environmentalism at the Lantern Festival in Hsinchu. As we live in an age in which we're constantly surrounded by information and technology, let's find out why focused attention seems so hard in today's world. In our new feature reports on caring for children, we visit a shelter that cares for abandoned babies in eastern Taiwan. Taiwan's annual Lantern Festival was held this year in Hsinchu and saw over 10,000 visitors participating. To keep the festival site clean, Tzu Chi mobilized 2,000 shifts of volunteers to clean up and promote environmentalism. To encourage members of the public to join Tzu Chi's rank, Tzu Chi's invented a catchy slogan and made signboards with eco-friendly LED bulbs. Let's take a look.
As the visitors are excited about the show of the Lantern Festival, Tzu Chi volunteers are busy collecting litter. As everyone waits for the lantern lighting ceremony to begin, Tzu Chi volunteers have already recycled a great amount of recyclables. In addition to the efforts of the Tzu Chi volunteers, Tzu Chins are also on site holding signboards to promote recycling. As the sky gets dark, the signboards become more eye-catching. About half a year ago, Tzu Chins voted for the slogan, which they believe can effectively convey their message of environmentalism.
We chanted the slogan. Many people were very responsive and they were eager to give us their recyclables and litter.
The signboards were made by the Tzu Chins with eco-friendly LED bulbs.
We spent 20 hours or so making these signboards, and we've made 20.
The bobblehead mask is already everyone's favorite. Besides the Tzu Chin, many students also volunteered to take part in the green campaign.
There are 80 students joining us as well as many Tzu Chins. Everyone is working together to promote environmentalism.
During the 15-day Lantern Festival, it is estimated that 2,000 shifts of Tzu Chi volunteers will be on site to keep the surroundings clean, giving members of the public a Green Lantern Festival.
Following a year of negotiation, the Tzu Chi Bukit Jelutong recycling station in Selangor of Malaysia finally received government approval to begin operations. The site, which was once full of garbage, was transformed into a recycling station to take on the responsibility of protecting the environment. On the date of the opening ceremony, the mayor of Shah Alam City also attended.
Here, we'd like to extend our appreciation to the Tzu Chi Foundation for its unselfish dedication and its experience and expertise in managing a recycling station.
On the day of the opening ceremony of Bukit Jelutong Recycling Station in Selangor of Malaysia, Mayor of Shah Alam attends the ribbon cutting ceremony. The new recycling site used to be a deserted lot. After a year of negotiation and application, the site was successfully approved by the local government to serve as a recycling station.
But it's not for personal gain. It's for the charity, for the future generation and community's gain.
Tzu Chi volunteers also seized the opportunity to introduce DaAi technology products and use recyclables to set up a plastic house for residents to experience the greenhouse effect. Thanks to Tzu Chi and the support of government officials and private companies, such a recycling station will be able to play its role in safeguarding the environment.
Tzu Chi's Lunar New Year celebrations continue around the globe. Today we go to Taiwan's Penghu and Taipei, where New Year blessing ceremonies welcome newly certified Tzu Chi commissioners to the Tzu Chi family. But first we go to Indonesia, where Jakarta Tzu Chi volunteers held their New Year blessing ceremony, which was joined by participants of different race and faiths. The
This is the first New Year blessing ceremony held at the recently opened Jingsi Hall. Although the event was put on hold due to the flooding in Jakarta in January, a jolly atmosphere nevertheless fills the air on this day, as local residents of different races and faiths arrive to join in the festivities.
The recent flooding in Jakarta showed Tzu Chi's spirit of great love extended to those in need. So this is a good opportunity to share the work of Tzu Chi to inspire more people to join.
It has been 19 years since Tzu Chi set foot in Indonesia. Throughout the years, local Indonesians have also joined the volunteers' ranks, promoting Tzu Chi's missions locally. With the establishment of a Jingsi Hall, volunteers hope to get more people to join Tzu Chi.
We are all part of the Tzu Chi family, so I hope we can all have a sense of mission and a commitment to shouldering the responsibilities of Tzu Chi.
In fact, Jakarta Tzu Chi volunteers had very little time to prepare for the event. Despite the language barrier, local volunteers practiced diligently, hoping to echo the unfaltering determination of Venerable Jianzhen.
Venerable Jianzhen's efforts to spread Buddhism to Japan failed 5 times. It was only on his 6th attempt that he succeeded. By taking part in the sign language performance, I came to understand that unwavering determination.
As the 2 New Year blessing ceremonies came to an end, the 3,000 participants returned home with plentiful blessings and hope that Tzu Chi's great love will continue to spread to all corners of Indonesia. With the appearance of the God of Wealth bringing forth blessings to start off the event, the atmosphere immediately livens up. This is the first community event here at Tzu Chi's Shiling Retreat. With their names embroidered on shoe bags, senior volunteers share their experiences in Tzu Chi, hoping the newly certified commissioners will utilize their strengths in helping others in need.
We hope you will make use of your shoe bags, meaning that you should continue to attend Tzu Chi's training seminars to safeguard your initial aspiration.
Upon joining Tzu Chi, not only did Lin Yanhong's relationship with her husband change for the better, but her relationship with her family improved as well.
I gradually adjusted my mindset, and I found that the way my husband and I communicated became more gentle, and his attitude towards me also improved a lot.
It is only through improving ourselves first will we influence those around us. Here at the New Year blessing ceremony in Penghu, accepting everyone's best wishes on stage are 5 newly certified Tzu Chi commissioners.
I am so happy to see that we have new additions to our Tzu Chi family.
As new members of the Tzu Chi family, these 5 newly certified commissioners aspire to continue the Bodhisattva path with diligence, while also shouldering the Buddhist spirit and Master's mission.
I will follow our Master's footsteps closely and seize each moment to do what is right.
I accept the Buddha's spirit and Master's mission as my life's motto. I will work hard to strive forward on the Tzu Chi path.
With the hopes and expectations of the senior volunteers in mind, these newly certified commissioners understand the heavy responsibilities which they now shoulder. And with each other's encouragement, they will walk the Tzu Chi path more steadfast than ever.
We live in an age in which we are surrounded by information 24 hours a day that routinely draw our attention away from what we happen to be focusing on. The result is that our attention span to focus for long periods of time has diminished as our brains adapt to this new way of interacting with the world. In our next report, we take a look at how and why focused attention seems so hard in today's world.
In a day, how many external stimuli will you encounter that are vying for your attention?
For example, the TV. It gives you a constant source sound and images that don't require you to think deeply. As well, the images are constantly fluctuating, which makes our attention span shorter. Right now, informations are always there at our fingertips. This means that whenever we have to deal with something more difficult, we will often escape by going online to look at other things. But that makes the task even harder to come back to. On the street, you will see a lot of images and ads and such. The different colors and images will grab your attention and distract you from what you were focusing on.
Everywhere in our lives, we encounter external stimuli in the form of sounds and images. Over time, the brain gets used to this level of stimulation and the accompanying shorter attention span, and thus no longer can work well in situations that require long concentration.
If we are used to having this constant barrage of stimuli, the pathway of our brain will adapt to this. But that means other pathways will become weaker, and therein lies the problem.
Under the relentless bombardment of information, modern-day citizens have become passive consumers of information. Less and less do we actively process or filter the information we receive. The part of the brain in charge of attention, thinking, cognition, and speech is the frontal lobe. When this area becomes underutilized, we will have trouble focusing. As well, shorter attention spans can affect everything from our emotional health to eating habits.
In our modern-day lifestyle, it is very common that we will be doing many things at the same time, and it is possible that you won't really have time to think about what is going on. Also, when speaking, sometimes we don't even have enough time to really speak to one person, as another person is already demanding our time.
Before we ate food, now we eat food products. We have found that when eating a lot of fried food or food with a lot of additives, cases of children becoming hyperactive or overly emotional are becoming more frequent.
With the glut of information we face every day, it is now not those with access to information that have the advantage, but those who have the sustained attention to focus on or filter out information that will find themselves at an advantage.
Recently, staff from Central Tima referred one of their care recipients, Mr. Feng, who is a cerebral palsy patient, to the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. Mr. Feng has been suffering from a severe toothache for over 3 months, which has restricted his food intake. Thankfully, medical staff at the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital not only fixed his dental problems, but also treated his sinusitis. Before his discharge, the doctors and nurses even held a farewell gathering to wish him all the best in the future.
Every day, Dr. Xu Bozi personally comes to help Feng Deming clean his wounds and reapply his medication. To ensure Feng is not suffering too much, the nurses will first give him a tranquilizer.
He couldn't clean his own teeth and wouldn't let his family to do it for him either. So when it comes to applying a medication, we need to come change it for him every day. Before doing that, we need to give him a mild dose of tranquilizer so that he is not so agitated. That way, we are able to do a better job cleaning his teeth.
Also suffering from epilepsy, Feng Deming is unable to chew properly, and thus his mouth is severely infected with cellulitis, which has prevented him from eating over the past 3 months. The medical team at the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital came together to clean up his wounds and get rid of his sinusitis. Prior to leaving the hospital, medical staff held a farewell gathering for Mr. Feng. Though unable to speak, the man moves his fingers to show his gratitude.
Here, there's a team of us taking care of Deming. Going home means that it is all up to you to take care of him. It's a long-term job. In the future, our hospital must remain closely connected to Tima so that we not only take care of the patients that are referred to us, but that we also go into the communities to work with them.
From nearly giving up their lives to now heading to a hopeful future, the Fong brothers' story is a motivation for medical staff to continue to do what they can to reach all dark corners of society.
Today, we start a new series of feature reports on caring for children. And first, go to the east coast of Taiwan to visit the Hannah's Hope Taiwan. The foundation was established in 2011 by the Colonel of Reed Foundation, and its main goal is to care for babies that were abandoned by their families. The staff at the Hannah's Hope Taiwan wish to provide a safe and happy environment for these children while raising awareness on how to avoid unwanted pregnancy. Bathing the baby attentively are the staff at the only shelter that cares for abandoned babies in eastern Taiwan. Every day, 15 certified personnel take care of these babies, all of whom were abandoned by their families.
If there were no shelter like Hannah's Hope Taiwan, many women would decide to have abortions. With a place like this, at least they will be more willing to give birth to their children.
This is Zhu Hui Li, who has been working at Hannah's Hope Taiwan since its establishment back in 2011. With her nursing background, Zhu is on call 24 hours a day to safeguard the health of these babies.
When many of the children in the shelter are sick, it is very challenging for us because we need someone to look after each of them 24 hours a day. And we also have to be in contact with doctors, so it is very hard on us when these children are sick.
Luckily, with the help of the Taidong Christian Hospital and the All God's Children International, Hannah's Hope Taiwan was established in 2011 and has helped a total of 23 children and families to date.
It is the best gift for us when we hear that the children we care for with our hearts and soul grow up happy and healthy.
Putting an end to the problem of abandoned infants starts with spreading the concept of respecting life. Therefore, staff from Hannah's Hope Taiwan travel around Taiwan to educate youngsters on how to avoid unplanned pregnancy.
The main goal for establishing the center is to help families or couples to understand what marriage is, how to be suitable parents, and most importantly, how to avoid unplanned pregnancies.
2/3 of the children here are indigenous children. Making sure they have a stable future is the Colonel of Reed Foundation, which has established the first legal adoption service center in Taiwan. And with their effort, these children can have a chance to grow up and explore the world. In Zimbabwe, there are only a few Tzu Chi volunteers, so local volunteers are especially important in helping to carry out home visitations. However, some local volunteers are not much better off than those care recipients they visit. One such example is Tendai Angulube, whose roof was made out of fabrics and tarps. Recently, local volunteers came together to repair her home by installing a new tin roof.
This room is 3 meters by 3 meters and sleeps 6 people.
Inside these simple brick houses, there is no electricity. This is how most impoverished Zimbabweans live. In this tiny 9-square-meter home, there is no permanent roof, only fabric and tarp to shelter from the elements. In the eyes of Tzu Chi volunteers, it simply won't do. Besides fixing the roof and mending the walls, the floor does not escape renovation efforts. Female volunteers help with the cleaning of appliances and organization, while male volunteers are assigned the task of mixing cement and setting the floor. Everyone works as if they are repairing their own home. As the makeshift roof made out of branches and tarp was no longer holding up, a tin roof was prepared to replace it. Seizing the good weather, local volunteers assembled to help nail the roof on. While male volunteers do the heavy lifting, a melodic song can be heard. The cost of repair one's home is out of reach for most impoverished families. Therefore, local volunteer Tendai Nuglulube is overjoyed at the financial assistance she has received from her fellow volunteers. Nuglulube joins Tzu Chi volunteers in visiting care recipients, during which she has found joy in helping others. However, she did not see this good fortune coming.
I'm very happy and I want to continue to follow Tzu Chi to help other families like mine. Although other volunteers help me today, perhaps tomorrow I will help them fix their own homes.
Believing that love creates ripples of goodness, local volunteers use song and dance to express their joy as they continue to spread their love to even more people.
Tzu Chi volunteer Shen Jingzhi had fallen ill and thought she might not have long to live. Fortunately, while she was taking part in a hospital volunteer training program, she discovered her symptoms to be similar to that of a brain tumor. After receiving treatment, Shen has completely recovered and is now giving back to society as a way to show her gratitude. Let's take a look.
Diligently cleaning every wooden chair at the local Jingsi Hall is Tzu Chi volunteer Shen Jingzhi, who is always happy to give.
I thought I should seize the opportunity to give while I can, and that's all that matters.
Sen formerly suffered from blurry eyesight and swelling, but regardless of how many doctors she visited, no one could tell her what was wrong.
I couldn't see clearly, but the health report came back normal. The doctor said I had high blood sugar, so he gave me medication for that.
Sen Jingzhi once thought she didn't have long to live and counted her blessings for being alive each day. It was not until Sen joined the volunteer training program that she realized she had a brain tumor.
If I had not joined the volunteer training, I would not have met Dr. Lin Yingchao, and I probably wouldn't be here today, so I am very grateful for that.
Having regained a healthy body after joining Tzu Chi, Shen Jingzhi reciprocates by giving to those in greater need each day.
We go to the United States at the end of the show. Since 2011, U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers have been promoting Jingsi aphorisms in hotels. Recently, the volunteers arrived at San Jose, California to promote Jingsi aphorisms to the local Fountain Inn. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.